Welcome to Zudan's Report, where we talk about local. We're trying to make Vero more Vero. This week we have as our special guest Kelly Sartain. Kelly is the head of the Buggy Bunch, and she's going to talk to us about what they do, what it is. And I wanted to start out just talking about the needs of our community. And if you can just tell us what problem are you trying to fix with Buggy Bunch? What needs are you trying to meet?
That is a great question. Well, first of all, thanks for having me this morning.
You're welcome.
I really appreciate it and everything that you're doing in the community. The Buggy Bunch was started about 10 years ago because there were a handful of moms in Indian River County that believed that there was a huge need for community for families. And at least the moms at that time didn't feel is that there was one hub in Indian River County where moms could go to receive all the programs and services that they needed to support their family, to make their family thrive. It didn't necessarily mean that the Buggy Bunch would be providing those services, but that we could refer out to other agencies that were doing good work in our community, and there are a lot of those. So the problem, I would say, the first problem was that there was a need for one-stop shop for moms and young families. The Buggy Bunch today has evolved into an organization that really does meet the urgent and changing needs of moms. Urgent needs being diapers, education, etc. And the changing needs, just you know what it's like to have kids, brand new babies at home. No mom wants to sit around and watch Dora all day. There's a lot of needs.
I don't want to watch Dora all day.
No, I'm sure you don't. But there's a lot of new needs, emotional, social, spiritually, physically, as a new mom, and that's why the Buggy Bunch exists.
I think our community a lot of the time is focused towards an older population. Our demographics are towards that, and I think you're right. You found that there was a hole in what is being provided to the community, and as a mom, there's a lot of is the need financial, or is the need education, or a lot of different things? Like what have you found that people take advantage of most when it comes to the Buggy Bunch?
Well, we look at families from a holistic perspective, and even a mom from a holistic perspective. Each mom individually is unique, and they all come with different needs. So I don't think that there's one need that all moms have. I mean, most moms need to feel like they're not alone. I think that is probably a very consistent need across all moms. It doesn't matter the culture, whether you're married, single, divorced, widowed, whether you live on the island or the mainland, what your socioeconomic status is, the color of your skin. You want to know that you're not alone, and that the things that you're feeling and the things that you're facing as a mom are things that other people are going through as well. So I would say that is pretty consistent. But all of us show up with different needs, and we really do look at each mom individually. Now, with regards to our community does face some challenges. Education, as an example, is one of them. And all of our children need an education. So I would say that would be a huge need that consistently across the board, all families need to really be focused on, and as a community we need to be.
So when you said education, do you mean like education about how to be a mom, how to run a household, or are you talking more about educating the children of these mothers?
I would say yes.
Yes, both.
I mean, you have to learn how to be a parent, because as a parent you are your child's first teacher. And so if we want children who show up on the first day of preschool or the first day of kindergarten ready and successful, we need parents who are successful as parents and thriving. And in order to do that, they need housing, and they need food, and they need jobs, and they need a support network. There's a lot of things that go into that. But yes, I mean, the answer would be yes to both.
Okay. So actually, let's go back to the beginning of Buggy Bunch. So this 10 years ago, are you the founder of Buggy Bunch?
I'm one of four.
One of four founders.
There were four of us.
And so what did you do before that? What was your line of work or your occupation? Were you a full-time mom, or what did you do?
That's a great question. So I graduated from college with a degree in education and a master's in clinical psych. So I have both of those backgrounds.
Okay.
I did work in corporate America for about 10 years, and I was a stay-at-home mom.
Okay.
I have never taught as an educator except for student teaching.
And what did you do with corporate America, when you say corporate America?
I worked in the vaccine division for Merck.
Okay. that's pretty important. Vaccines and all that. And then, so how, and you and the co-founders 10 years ago, how did you guys meet up and how did you guys get together and what made you decide that you want to embark on this project?
Yeah, that's a really great question. We had all just had children.
Okay.
We were not feeling great about our bodies, and we were exercising and walking, and we just happened to be meeting a lot of moms that were doing the same thing. And when we would speak to them, we realized very quickly that there really wasn't a community for moms, a place where people could go to find support. And that is kind of how the ball started rolling. Each one of us, the 4 founders, are unique ourselves. We have various backgrounds. There's one of us is Catholic, Baptist, Church of God, and we have someone who is Methodist, I believe. So from all different backgrounds, all different socioeconomic backgrounds, all of us are married. We all have at least one child. We're not all from here originally,
okay.
which is nice. Some have a background in corporate America. Others are stay-at-home moms. We have some teachers in the families. Just diverse and a diverse background. Some from Sebastian, some from Vero Beach. One was from actually Fort Pierce.
Okay.
And cultural background differences as well.
Okay. And so, but it was all sort of based on this camaraderie, kind of, that you had someone else that you could talk to, and that's something that sort of served as the foundation. And you mentioned that everyone was a Christian. Is this are your services limited to Christians, or is this that you're going to help everybody, right? This is...
Well, yeah, of course. The organization is a Christian ministry. It's based on the foundation that Jesus loves people and cares about people, and that is why we do what we do. So with that, yes, we do not discriminate based on religious background, socioeconomic status, the color of your skin, anything.
So how important is that? Is that an important part, that this idea of witnessing through service, through helping other people? How important is that to the Buggy Bunch?
It's everything that we do.
Right.
I mean, we wouldn't do what we do if it wasn't for the example that was set for us. So we're not like hitting people over the head with the Bible. That's their decision to make. But we do provide opportunities for people to get involved in their community, and some of those are Christian options.
As a Christian, I have noticed that the most effective way to actually tell people about Christianity is to just show they see that there's something different about you. They see that you have a passion for something, and they kind of get curious. Curiosity is the method that a lot of people become Christian through, and that's my experience.
Yeah. I think everybody wants to have a choice.
Right.
I mean, they want to have relationships, and people want to feel valued and loved and cared for. And when you do that, at least in our society today, it's kind of rare, and they want to know why.
So that's been there since the beginning. Are most of the people on your board and volunteers, are they also Christians, or is this a...
Yes, all of our board is very diverse, but they all at least have to believe in Jesus Christ and have a relationship with Jesus Christ. Yes.
That's awesome. So what we're going to do is we're going to take a little break, and we'll be back in a few minutes, and we'll discuss some more about what's going on with the Buggy Bunch, and we'll talk about upcoming things, and also about how you can get involved if you want to be a part of this.
Yes, thank you.
Welcome back to Zudan's Report, where we talk about everything local, trying to make Vero more Vero. I'm with Kelly Sartain, the director of Buggy Bunch. What is your official title at Buggy Bunch? Do you have an official title?
I'm sure I get called lots of things, but I am the executive director.
Executive director of Buggy Bunch, and one of the co-founders.
That is correct, yeah.
And Kelly is going to explain to us, we talked about Buggy Bunch, and we kind of talked about the needs for the community, but we haven't talked really about the different programs. And there are several programs. I had the opportunity to tour the new building that you're going to be doing. We'll talk about that in a minute, but I was pretty impressed. One of the things I was pretty impressed is you have a kitchen in there, and one of the things for new mothers, they may not be experienced in in how do you make a food budget, how do you plan out meals for the week, how do you do the basic home economics of, and how do you prepare food that is healthy for your children and all that. And that's one of the programs. Maybe you could talk about that and then tell me some of the other programs you have there, because I think it's really interesting that this is available for mothers in our community.
Sure. Thank you for the opportunity.
Yeah.
So again, the Buggy Bunch exists to meet the urgent and changing needs of moms in our community. And we look at moms and their families from a holistic perspective. So emotionally, physically, spiritually, mentally. And then we create programs around all of those facets. You use the example of cooking. That would fall under their bodies, their physical bodies, and education, and I'll show you how that works. So we have exercise classes, we have cooking classes, we have nutrition classes, and yes, all of those focus on a mom and her family's, their physical bodies, making sure that they're healthy, but also cooking, as the example that you used, it's also really encouraging children, especially who get in the kitchen, to learn math skills and reading skills and following directions. So some of these facets do overlap at times. You're also building relationships with other people that are in some of these groups, whether you're walking or taking an aqua aerobics class or a mommy baby wearing dance class. You're building relationships, so that would be the social emotional component of the family.
So let's talk about the cooking, because I was really impressed. They have in this new building they're putting in, there's going to be a kitchen in there and the whole thing, so that you can learn this. So is that the mom and the children are going to be in there doing the classes together, or is there some kind of babysitting while the mother is in learning? I guess it probably depends on the age of the child and all that. But
it's a great question. Yeah. Okay, so currently our cooking classes are available to moms. We currently only allow moms in the kitchen. We are very blessed that Trinity Episcopal allows us to use their kitchen on a regular basis, and that's where our current cooking classes are held. Yeah. Those cooking classes are taught by local chefs or nutritionists in our community currently. Travis Beckett with Wild Time Catering. He was with Chive for a long time.
Oh yeah, I love it. We've used him for catering many times.
He's great.
He's really good.
The food is fabulous, and the girls really do have a really nice time. So with that, childcare is not provided currently. Now your question was with regards to the new building, and in the new building we will have cooking classes for all ages. I would even venture to say starting with toddlers. Wow. And they won't be cooking with fire or heat, but
safety.
Yes, but they can still learn to follow directions and eat something, or to learn about a fruit or a vegetable that they might not have access to in their own home, but to be able to taste those things and to try them, and to learn where they might be able to access those things. And their families are also learning as well. We use Parents as Teachers, which is an evidence-based curriculum in all of our FACE programming, family and children education. And so with that curriculum, there's information that talk to parents about nutrition and about cooking and healthy snacks and how to have access to some of those really healthy choices.
So you're teaching out of a curriculum. Who's teaching the class? Like if you're taking a nutrition class, is it a nutritionist or is it an educator who uses the curriculum?
Yes, both.
Both, okay.
Mm-hmm. Travis, as an example, who teaches the cooking class, is not a nutritionist, but he's a chef.
Right.
He also has not been trained in Parents as Teachers, but we have Parents as Teachers educators at the classes. And so it's a little bit of both. It's a combined effort.
It's pretty amazing you have someone so talented in cooking teaching.
Well, he has a heart for our community.
Yeah,
I think if you get to know Travis and even Lou from Chive, those guys are so great. They're local. Yeah. They love what they do. They're passionate. They're employing a lot of people, and they're very supportive of local organizations and families.
That's really great. Well, is it? I think a lot of people say that in order to eat healthy, it's expensive. And do you guys get into like the economics of how can you make healthy food that's nutritional without spending a lot of money? So how do you do that?
Don't do that. It's not my gift, but yes, we have people that do that. We have, like I said before in the earlier segment, we have moms from all walks of life. Right. So we have moms that really struggle financially. They are wondering literally where their next meal is going to come from. Maybe they take advantage of WIC and SNAP, and they need to be able to make that dollar stretch. And we have people who set aside time, will work with them and talk to them as an example about making a big pot of soup and putting it in Ziploc bags or containers in your freezer, and then you could have soup 4 times this month from one meal, right? Or buying a ham, and you can use your ham for dinner. You can make lunch meat out of it. You can use it for breakfast. You can take the bone and the leftovers and make split pea soup. There's so many things that if you don't have someone to come alongside you in a non-judgmental way, who really cares enough about you to make sure that you're learning these things, that in reality we should be learning those in our homes and our families, and for some reason that has just not happened in many homes.
I'm so focused on food. I need to change to
maybe
I might be hungry right now. Yes. What about some of the other programs? What about just like basic education? Are some of the mothers in need of basic, skills? Is that something that you do, or is it something that you have? You started out basically referring people to other resources. Is that something that you refer to other resources, or are you dealing directly with education?
Okay, so that is a great question as well. The first thing I'd say is we do not duplicate services. It's very important, especially to me as a leader. I feel a huge weight of responsibility that every single penny is accounted for, and I shouldn't be wasting your funds, as an example, if you were to support our organization,
which I do.
By doing something that someone else already does. That would be a waste of your money. So it's very important to us, first of all, not to duplicate services. So the answer is yes to both. First, we don't duplicate services. We refer out for certain things. So there are fabulous organizations in town, very strong organizations that are doing great work. As an example, you won't see us starting a pregnancy crisis center. We already have 2 of those. We're not going to provide housing. We have people in our community who do that. We're not providing food. We have people who do that. We are not going to be doing home visits with parent education or smart babies or going into the hospital. That's Healthy Start. They're all doing really great, fabulous work, and we don't duplicate their work, just like they respect the work that we do, and they're not duplicating it.
Healthy Start is interesting because before I learned a little bit more about your organization, I kind of didn't understand what you were doing differently than Healthy Start. Can you just explain briefly what Healthy Start is and how you guys interact with them?
Yes, I would love the opportunity. Yeah. I wish that Andrea Berry was here to do it.
We'll have to have her on another segment.
Yes. We just adore the working relationship that we have with Healthy Start. They do a fabulous job in our community serving families. When a mom has a baby at the hospital, even while she is pregnant, Healthy Start comes alongside that mom immediately to provide services to make sure that she stays healthy and her baby stays healthy. And then immediately after birth, Healthy Start comes alongside any mom who is interested in those services and will walk through them at least through age 2 of the child. And they provide fabulous resources in our community that no one else is providing.
So in those particular people, they would sort of transition maybe at around age 2 into getting involved with Buggy Bunch, or are you already sort of interacting even at a younger age all the time?
I would say yes and no. Yeah. Sometimes we see the same clients, and that's okay because we're providing 2 totally separate services, and we work together.
Great. All right. Well, we'll be back in just a minute to talk about the most exciting part of this, which is the upcoming new building that you're going to be moving into, and also about how you can get involved if you think this is a great thing that's going on in our community, and what you can do to help be a part of that.
Thank you.
We'll be right back. Welcome back to Zudan's Report. We're talking about local, and we want to just talk about what we can do to make Vero more Vero. I'm with Kelly Sartain, the Executive Director of the Buggy Bunch, and we were just talking about the new building, and tell us about the excitement.
Yes, so the Buggy Bunch purchased the old Vero Beach Furniture Mart between 15th and 21st. It's right there on the corner.
Okay, right in the middle of downtown
right
Vero,
in the
very
middle
convenient.
Of downtown Vero Beach. The new building is the Buggy Bunch Family Education Center. So we will house staff as well as programming in this building. So it's very exciting. It's about a $2.34 million project.
Awesome.
Very exciting.
Awesome. Very impressive that all the preparation and fundraising and all the stuff that must go into that. But why don't you give us a virtual tour? Pretend like we're walking in the front door, and what is this new place going to be like, and what is it going to offer to our mothers?
Yes, so if you enter the building off of 21st, through the main entrance of the building, there will be stroller and family parking. This is just a place where you can put your junk, basically, because moms show up with lots of bags and strollers, big strollers. And you will enter into our children's wing. We have a huge Gymboree-style playful education space. This is where children will learn basic early education curriculum through our evidence-based Parents as Teachers curriculum that is taught by our certified teachers. If you close your eyes, you could probably just see kids with parachutes and egg shakers and maracas and singing songs and learning their colors and their numbers and about animals and sounds and textures, and that's what will take place in this space.
Yeah,
so
I can
that's
just see
exciting.
it. Child walks in, immediately attention turns to the left, and excitement and a smile.
And
so
that's where they're going to
that's
want
the
to be.
plan for that
Which
area.
is exactly what we want, because
Yeah.
we have a huge early learning sector gap in Indian River County, and there really isn't a place.
What does that mean?
That means that there is not a lot of services that are provided for children ages 0 to 5 in our county with regards specifically to getting them ready for the first day of kindergarten.
Okay.
Yeah.
And then however you show up on that first day is going to make a difference for the rest of
difference.
your, okay.
Yes. So this is attractive for families. It will give us access for families. We really love to partner with other organizations. So if a family is attracted to this particular program and other organizations are involved as well, it just gives us access to families that we might not be able to help if they weren't coming to us. So this is a great attraction. Also, we have a children's learning lab and an infant space. All of these children's spaces combined support what happens upstairs and in the back of the building, which are family adult programming spaces.
Okay.
So either A, it could be programming that is specific for the child, and the mom is coming to support the child in the programming, or B, it could be a financial class, a parenting class, a marriage enrichment workshop, budgeting, etc., upstairs in the building, and we could be providing children's programming downstairs.
So most of the space is open in the bottom floor when you first walk in, at least right now.
Right now,
It won't be. It'll all be kind of like enclosed in.
Yes, for safety
in
purposes.
separate spaces, and then as you get towards the back of the building, that's where the kitchen was.
Yes, there is a teaching kitchen in the back, and again, kids can participate there or adults. And then we have a huge diaper closet back there because we provide over 100,000 diapers annually to Indian River County.
You're kidding. 100,000 diapers.
A lot of diapers.
That's amazing.
Yes. So if you or anyone you know is in need, has a diaper need, please send them our way, because we love to be able to help meet that need in our community.
I can remember when we had our first children. We were I was a resident. Actually, I was a medical student and an intern and a resident, and it was tight. And I remember that diapers are not cheap.
They are not cheap, and they're not covered by SNAP or WIC. So a lot of people don't know that,
right?
And it's a huge need in our community.
And it's an incredible resource that you guys are able to do that. And I've noticed my wife sometimes will just buy diapers, even though we don't have any children in diapers, and you can donate them. And so that's like a great need that you guys have for taking care of people.
That's
so and in the building there's it's open on up to the second floor, so there's going to
be like
atrium there, and then at the top, what do you have around the top?
So when you get off the elevator, there is a social place where maybe you could grab a cup of coffee and sit down and have a conversation with someone. It's a meeting space.
Okay.
There's also a large workshop room. This is where a lot of our educational, it's multi-purpose, a lot of our educational classes will take place. We also, because we are a Christian organization, we offer all of our programs cafeteria style, which means you pick and choose what you want to do. No one's pressuring you. You can choose one thing and not do something else. But we do offer Bible studies and mentoring, and a lot of that could take place upstairs.
And there's no charge for any of these things. 100% of it, you do not have to pay anything.
Everything we do is free. Our exercise classes, a lot of them, we don't have a pool upstairs, so aqua aerobics will still stay at Christy's Family Fitness, hopefully.
Oh, that's great that they do that.
They do. We have a lot of really great business support.
That's awesome. And is that Aqua Fitness, is that actually also free?
Yeah, everything's free.
Awesome.
Everything we do.
Even though it's at Christie's, where normally you would have to go and pay.
Yes.
That's really...
And then we have staff offices. We have a parent educator room, which is just a place where we can do evaluations of child development, as well as parent evaluations. Diapers can be given out in that space, as well as a small conference room, which will be nice.
Yeah.
And that is what will take place inside the building. We also have a mobile play group that goes outside of the building. So you heard about the play space downstairs. We also have a mobile unit that goes in our community to people who could not actually come to us, and we take the programming.
Absolutely amazing. So let's talk a little bit about how people can get involved. I think one part of it, and I had a conversation with you at one point about people investing in something they really believe in, and instead of talking about fundraising and you're not asking people to give you money, you're asking them to invest in something they believe in. And so can you talk to me about if people want to contribute or be a financial supporter, or if they want to be a volunteer who's in there, how do they get involved? What do they do? And
it's a great question. I appreciate you asking.
Yeah.
There's a lot of different ways to support local organizations in our community, and everyone has their own interests and their own passions, and I encourage everyone in our community to get involved in something and to give back using the talents and the gifts that you've been given. If you're interested in families and moms and children, the Buggy Bunch is one place to do that. You can volunteer your time. We have lots of different volunteer opportunities, whether it's a playful education group, our children's department, teaching a class, cooking with other moms, teaching financial principles. There's all kinds of different ways to get involved. We have administrative opportunities with your prayers and with your funds. A lot of people do have extra funds that they like to give away, especially at this time at the end of the year, like the two of you have done, and I want you to know how much we really do appreciate your support.
Well, Tracy and I are glad to help because we believe that we're making an investment, and so I think
yes. Well, I really do appreciate
yeah.
that, and I know that our families appreciate it too. We have a huge teen ministry, and it's neat for me to always hear them say, someone believed in me. Someone thinks I can do this.
You can make a difference. That's
yes,
very,
exactly.
very
you can
cool.
make a difference, and they know that. They know that someone is investing in them, and it makes them want to rise up.
People believe in you.
Mm-hmm. It's really cool. Yes.
Well, thank you very much for joining us. Thank you very much, Kelly Sartain. Appreciate you being on the show. Appreciate you taking the time to invest your time and effort over the last 10 years in this. And it's really exciting what you're doing, and it's a wonderful thing for our community. So thank you.
Thank you for
very
all
much.
you do too.
Thank you.
Appreciate it.